Welcome back to the Don't Make This Weird podcast. I'm your host, Tony, and with me always is Heather. Heather, how you there?
I'm here.
All right.
Can everybody see me all right? We good?
Yeah.
We might have disclaimer. We might have the echo again, guys. We're still working on that. However, hello, weirdos. And welcome to the Don't Make This Weird podcast. Hanging out as always with Tony and myself.
We have Brandon. Brandon, are you there?
Long time listener.
Of course. Thanks for calling into the show tonight. We appreciate you.
Yeah. We appreciate it. Glad to be here.
I was just going to stay mute, guys.
Okay. Are you jumping in tonight, or are you just observing?
I was just observing.
Gotcha.
Just hanging out for the hangout.
Hanging out for the pre-show meeting.
And of course, I'm getting a phone call right now from work as soon as we're getting started. Go ahead, Tony. Talk about your week.
I will definitely talk about my week. My week has been absolutely crazy between work and attempting to do this. And sorry I have not been more present online because I have just been ridiculously exhausted. Obviously, it was our off week for Suck My Deck. And yes, I did not do Guitar Fridays because by the time I got to the end of my work week last Friday, I was so incredibly exhausted. And it's winding down for my seasonal gig. So I'm trying to put in as many hours. And I was a bit under the weather for Tuesday. So that made things incredibly difficult for me because I missed a day of work. And of course, it's one of those things when you can't tell which end you're dealing with. But so we did. I didn't go to work Tuesday. Didn't do SMD Monday, which we will be doing this coming Monday, which is going to be interesting. I don't know specifically what we were doing. We may just throw some cards and throw some insults like we normally do. But there is also, we did Rule of Cool, which was awesome. You got to go watch that stuff. Go check it out. We just hit 100 subscribers over there. Thank you guys for showing up and having the support for us over there. That's so much fun. We love being able to do that. We didn't do Jerks last night because holy cow, all of us are incredibly busy and we're trying to stay on top of all of this. But life happens. And yet here we are with episode 296. Wow, we are 4 episodes away from episode 300. Wow. I mean, today I did some pretty cool stuff with they have a League MTG tournament going on right now. And I am currently in second place with 13 points because I lost to one person who is undefeated, which is so frustrating. Gary, I am coming for you next month. That's just how it works. But yeah, so it's been an incredibly busy week with work and all of those other adulting things. So sorry, it's incredibly boring. But we're still doing some really cool stuff. We got a new subscriber. Thank you to who that is. We appreciate you for subscribing to us and supporting the channel. Keep in mind, we also have, if you want to give us more support, we also have a Patreon. The link is down in the subscription. And we got affiliate links. So if you want to buy some MTG stuff, go check that out. It's from Gemtech. They make some really cool magic stuff. Deck boxes and what have you. Mr. Guy is chiming in. How the hell are you doing, man? Echo is real. Yeah, we're still trying to fix that. I don't know what the hell's going on with it. What is going on with my chat here? Because this is just dumb. Let me see. What? Is that better? Worse? More? Oh, Heather, you're back. There you go.
I'm back.
Hey, Heather's back. Yay.
Duty sometimes.
You said
Not that kind of duty.
duty. Why is my chat not working? I don't understand what's going on here.
All right, so we're having some issues. Hello, everybody.
Yeah.
Always, everybody doing tonight? We have some things going on. I'm glad you guys are tuning in. Sorry, I missed a lot of your week, so we're gonna have to catch up after the show, Tony.
No, it's fine. Adulting and what have you just kind of sucks. So you do what you got to do. There we go. Okay, cool. Hey, why meth? What's up, Tony man? I missed the stupid face of yours. Too bad I can't be there. You in the third behind me and Gary. I know, right? It's insane. Hey, Nate's chiming in, says, yeah, Heather, you're echoing pretty bad. I don't know. Here, let me see if this fixes it. Heather, go ahead and talk about your week while I do some changes.
All right, I'll go ahead and talk about my week. Sorry, guys. I hope that we'll get this under control some way or another. I generally don't have this issue on any other streams that I'm on, so I don't know what's going on here. Let's talk about the week. I am currently on vacation, which is fantastic. Definitely need that. This past weekend, I went up to the Elk Fest up in Atlanta, where I used to live at as a kid, and decided that I was going to sign up for a karaoke contest, and ended up taking third place after a three-way tie for first. So that was a lot of fun. Met up with some of my friends and that I used to hang out with up here, which was a lot of fun. And then they did a Mystery Monday for me over at MTG Attitude, which I absolutely love those guys. We love those guys over there. I wasn't expecting it. I know that Dave had messaged me out of the blue asking me for my new address where I live at now. And then told me that there was going to be a Mystery Monday. Well, that video just dropped. So giving out the heart there to you guys. Some really amazing polls, actually. I have a box with me, which is funny because one of the things that Dave got me was this Captain Marvel Matchbox card, which if anybody knows me knows I like Captain Marvel, actually. So, but yeah, there was some pretty awesome polls in there. Not to brag or anything, but I might as well talk a little bit about this while we're trying to figure out that.
Is that sounding any better, guys? I'm trying to troubleshoot here. But go ahead and keep talking.
I hope that it works out for us. So you guys can hear a little bit of that. These are all of the main ones that were the high price. It was like a $250 value at the end of it. And this would be probably part of the reason. Camera's so bright. The rings, I got the one ring. I got two of them. One is the foil one, and then I have this other one. So the pulls were really pretty awesome, actually. Ended up with quite a bit of some pretty amazing cards, and also he gave me a commander deck as well. So thank you guys over there, MTG Attitude. I love you guys and appreciate you. Looking forward to seeing you guys next time here in Michigan. Yeah, I can hear the echo as well.
Is that any better?
I'm starting to hear it now in my headset, so I don't know.
Weird.
What is going on? Let's see what else.
I changed the setting.
Figured it was Twitch and it's YouTube. Echo AA. Howdy, weird folk. Hi, Andy. Hey, Guy. Hey, Alex and Nate. So anyway, that was part of my week. I got done with training, went back to work, started kind of digging in at work and getting stuff done there. And now here I am on vacation. I was supposed to be coming to Cairo, and things happen. I started to notice that I was hearing a noise on my left side of my vehicle. Apparently my ball joints are bad in my truck or whatever you want to call them, so I have to get those fixed. And I stopped up there to have them looked at, and at the end of it, he was like, yeah, I would drive over 3 hours away to go visit because it's just not going to work out well in the end. So,
right.
So I ended up just going, okay, well, I guess it's a staycation now. So, and now he's saying it's getting worse.
God damn it.
Maybe I can move this closer. Is that going to help out a little?
Try
I don't
that.
know.
Is that better?
Maybe this isn't as bad.
I don't
fucking. You guys let me know.
I don't know what's going on.
And another thing too is I got a chance to get back to doing some videos. That's much better. Okay, maybe it's just me having my microwave. I don't have a microwave. My microphone too far away.
Well,
all right,
I'm changing. No, you didn't do anything. It's all on my end.
Oh, I thought it was me being cool.
Okay, cool. That's way better. That's fucking great. All right, so
okay, so
if
we're gonna
that
leave it
works-
at that.
right.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck I just did, but whatever.
So we're just gonna. So yeah. Anyway,
Yay!
we're getting on to getting that fixed. I was hoping to make it up there. I know you guys have the Pumpkin Festival going on.
Yes.
This weekend coming up there. And I ended up just going, okay, it's going to be a staycation. So I've just been working on stuff here. I still had a lot of boxes and other things that I had to get done. I decided to pop on to Survivor Girl.
Oh, nice.
And I did a live over there, actually unboxing, because a lot of people ask me about my hair. And I ended up doing an unboxing video over there as well. Kind of even right down to it to where you guys can see that I am in fact not bald. I actually started out over there with just like the wig cap on and then put the wigs on to try it. Something out of my comfort zone, but at this point in time, I really don't care because regardless of any of that, I am still who I am, and I don't feel like that is anything that I really had to worry about showing you guys. So yeah, I tried on 2 different ones, including this one. And it's been a while. Did some positivity on there, and it kind of sparked some other things for some of my friends with creativity and things that they want to do. So that was kind of cool as well.
Nice.
And like you had said, we played Rule of Cool. Got
Yes.
to do that. That's pretty awesome. And yeah, it's unusual for me to have days where I'm just not doing much of anything. So, yeah, I'm trying to figure this out. I got some stuff, like I said, done here today, which is fantastic. So, yay, I sound better tonight.
All
Here we
right,
go.
good. That means we fixed it, whatever the hell I did, because I didn't do anything.
All I did was move my microphone closer to me. So maybe that was part of it. Who knows?
It was on my end, but I guess whatever the hell I did fixed it. So here's hoping it stays
well, damn,
fixed.
I wish you remembered what that was.
I didn't do anything. I'm literally just like, okay, there's that. So obviously, hey, it's a ghost in the machine, whatever.
Either way, it's good. I'm glad it's fixed. Happy to see you all here. So yeah, just getting that kind of stuff done. It's been a great week. There's been a lot of stuff that has happened throughout the week, and I'm looking forward to more relaxed days. Although I do wish I could be there visiting, but safety first. Got to make sure that make sure, because across the board I've been getting a lot of love from all of you guys, so I do appreciate that a lot. Not that I don't in general, but I feel like lately it's been in troves, so thank you guys for that. That means a lot to me.
Yeah,
it just, I don't want to say like it's a humbling thing, because I tend to try to stay very, very humble, but that realization is like I don't know, it's just a boost, and I do appreciate that, you guys. So anyway.
Oh yeah.
That video should be posted. I'll send that video so we can share it, of my last song that I did at the contest.
Nice.
And it was funny because I walked around after that because it was a festival going on, and I got stopped so many different times. And that was the day that I posted that bright blonde hair, where I felt like winter was coming and I needed my dragons. So I was wearing that around.
Nice.
And people were stopping me and, just talking to me about me singing up there and everything. And these people that I didn't even know ended up sitting with me. I was waiting for, my friends to get there. And I told them, they're like, oh, how many seats do you need? I'm like, oh, just 2. I said they're supposed to be showing up here, shortly, whatever. So they're like, well, do you mind if we sit here? We'll get extra chairs when they get here. We'll make sure that we'll find them. I'm like, yeah, sure. So like complete strangers, sitting at the table. And the one lady goes, we'll give you this much money if you get up there and sing. I said, oh, I already sang once, but never mind. Yeah, sure. I'll take that money. I'll get up there. No problem. And so they kind of started laughing about it. And the one guy was like, we're probably sitting with a winner right now. And I was like, oh no, the rest of these people were actually really, for being a karaoke contest, they were really fucking good. Like, I'm like, I don't know. I honestly did not think that they were going to call me up for that last round. So I kept on saying, yeah, no, it's, they picked who they're going to pick, because they had you do 2 different songs before you went up there.
Yeah.
Or give them 2 songs, So I thought in the beginning it was just in case somebody else sang your first choice that you would sing your next song. Well, then I found out that me and 2 other women were in the final as a tie for a 3-way. So of course I kicked it off with Pride and Joy.
Nice.
Because I'm comfortable with that song. So they were, I guess they really liked it a lot. And I'm not that comfortable to be out and walking around and doing the whole showmanship thing. Like, that's just not really me. You may get me like a little side to side kind of thing while I'm singing, whatever. But these other girls are out there. They're just like, whatever, they're putting on a show. I'm like, there's no way. There is no way they're calling me up. And I told these people that were sitting with me, I'm like, nah. So I figured it was over. We were getting over with it. And then they called me up for the 3-way tie thing. I was like, oh, shit. They at the table, they were like, really? Really? You told us you didn't think you'd be going up. I'm like, okay, here we go. So Deb and Bruce ended up showing up before that happened. And I was like, see, I really do have friends. So they ended up getting the chairs, and Deb recorded for me and got a little bit of the snippet of the video. And
nice.
so, yeah, I'll share that with you guys. I have no problem sharing that. It was a lot of fun.
Hell yeah. That's fucking
A lot
awesome.
of fun. Yeah.
Well, and that's there's so many crazy things going on. Actually, we have the annual pumpkin festival going on here. Cool part about that is actually doing the grand opening for Whimsical Sprites this weekend. And they're also doing a tournament at Whimsical Sprites for Magic the Gathering.
Very cool.
Yeah,
Very
$20
cool.
buy-in, guys. Come check it out. That starts at 3 p.m. on Saturday, which is, I think, the second day of the grand opening. I don't know. I can't remember. I got to look at my notes, but you think I'd be a little more prepared for that. But yeah, that's not the
Right?
case at all. But
Maybe
yeah,
not prepared.
it's really cool being part of the Pumpkin Festival again. Plus, I'm still doing the end of my season for the city, which has been really interesting. Shelby's chiming in, says, howdy. Andy, when did you sneak in here? How you doing, Andy? Thanks for hanging out, man.
Hey, weird folk. Yeah.
So
Jeff's
yeah,
here. We'll have faith.
you know, it sucks that you're so far away because now they have this really cool gaming store that we
Yeah.
can go and dominate at. But no, someone's got to do it
course.
properly.
For the moment, obviously we've been talking a little bit more behind the scenes about different things that we're trying to pull together. I kind of had a little bit of a heart to heart, not only with you guys, but I also had one with Dave, and I was like, no, I feel like this year we're coming into another part of this where, we'll be able to do more stuff, and hopefully some more collaborations and different things like that together and get together. Hopefully we'll be able to see them again and do some more fun stuff. But I was just like, no, I feel like we're going to keep on moving forward and start doing more of this content creation and whatnot. So I'm hoping, I hope that that's the direction really where we get to.
I'm truly digging all of the stuff that we've been collectively doing together with Jerks, with doing some of these different intros and stuff and things that we still have coming down the pipe. Still working with Jay. Fuck, I love that guy. And it's funny because we were talking, God, what was it? Yesterday? 2 days ago? I can't remember. But Dave called me up and I got my, headset in and we're talking. And like you said, having a heart to heart. Like, I know a lot of our followers came from those guys, and vice versa. That some of our followers follow those guys. If you guys want some just great content to laugh about stupid shit, go check those guys out because they crack packs, they talk crap. But seriously, you will not meet 3 nicer guys ever on the face of the planet. I mean, Big Box Dave, Mr. Guy, Editor Jay. Getting the opportunity to hang with those guys over St. Patty's Day weekend.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Like,
ready for that reconnection and to do it all again, so
I fucking miss those guys. Like it when you connect with people that you have this bond and you don't even realize you have this bond until you're in the same area and breathing the same air and going, fuck. I didn't even realize I had this connection with these people until you're physically in the same area. And just like, it was really quick because hell, like Guy was talking about, they got here, the first words out of their mouth as they were stepping out of the vehicle, what's your name?
Right.
And that set the tone of the whole entire time they were here and just connecting with these guys. Like we ran the gamut of emotions.
Oh, for sure, yeah. And then and Mr. Guy's asking me how the new job's going. Well, you know how the new job's going. You guys complain about it all the time.
Right.
Well, the whole idea of me moving forward in the position that I'm in for the new job. F word autocorrect. Oh, for this new position, it was eventually wanting to be a buyer for the company, but you have to go through certain hoops to get to that point. Because we have stores in Europe, Hawaii, like all over the world, and I thought that would be kind of a cool thing to be able to travel and do all that fun stuff. However, if we continue to keep on doing what we're doing and we move forward into this, I wouldn't have a problem doing that kind of traveling for what we're doing and the content creation and everything else. So, I guess it's just we're going to see how it goes. I'm going to continue, obviously, to do the best job I can at what I'm doing right now on every level, every aspect of everything I'm involved in. But it's tough, it is tough. Being further away and doing all this different stuff, the learning curve. I'm not going to blame me being older on any of that kind of stuff. But,
Right.
when you get to this age and you have a bunch of shit to learn, it is kind of a little bit tougher, getting it down sometimes. However, I am a little pain in the ass and I'm not going to give up. I mean, obviously, the one track mind is very strong with this one. So,
right.
it's not as easy. But I am also going to enjoy this staycation that I have going on and then getting right back to it. So, you make decisions in life to try to do the best possible thing that you have to for yourself. However, I'm very thankful that we're still able to connect on here and connect with everybody else still, because that's really important to me. So,
yeah, absolutely.
I wouldn't give this up for anything.
Oh, hell no. In for a
Strange
penny,
Friends.
in for a pound, love.
Yeah. Strange Friends Media and Don't Make This Weird and everything else in between, really does have my heart.
Yeah.
So yeah,
we've built this from
what
the
9
ground
to
up
5,
with, our two hands.
right? Regardless of the 9 to 5 or whatever it is, I'm still going to continue to keep on being here. Maybe doing some more content created, especially with me being off right now. Hopefully, I have a couple days, so I'm going to utilize as much as I can. But yeah. F word autocorrect. I'm trying to read what you got going on here.
What the hell?
Ha. Hey. Oh, hey. I thought it was a ha. F word autocorrect. What? Shelby or Michael. Hey, Heather, look what Tony is wearing. Apparently, me and him think alike. Mind travel. It wasn't planned. I will bring your cup on Saturday. Okay. I have that shirt as well, by the way, you guys.
Here's the kicker. I got dressed like a big boy because I've been potty trained since I was 30. And,
wow.
Here's the best part. I walk out of the house in all black because it's, I knew I was going to be throwing some cards today. So I wanted to make sure that I was in the right mindset. And, well, apparently good guys wear black. So I see him walking by the post office. And he's wearing the exact same thing. And I'm like, the fuck, bro? You copying me? Like, what the hell? So we walked around the whole damn day representing, Eddie in the Hellfire Club.
Yeah.
And it was funny because I sent a picture to Melissa and she's like, oh, look, you're twinning. Yay. When you guys get married. I'm like, well, I'm a power bottom. It's okay.
Oh, my God.
But no, it was hilarious because we walked into Whimsical Sprites. And we're throwing cards there and whatnot, and everybody's like, "Wait, what? How? What?" We're
here to kill it. We're here to crush it, guys.
Me and goes through my clothes and find out which ones he can buy at Walmart, and copies me.
Mm-hmm.
But no, it was really cool having a a mini me running around today. I thought it was really funny.
A mini me. That'd be hilarious if I would have showed up with the same shirt on as well. Yeah.
Well, I'm hoping one of these days, like everybody that loves Stranger Things, because come on, how could you not? Everybody shows up at Whimsical Sprites wearing some sort of strange friends.
Well, yeah, they could wear that too. That'd be
A
fine.
Stranger Things costume, or at least representing the show by wearing your favorite apparel. Because, yeah, I love that show. And it's going to be so sad when season 6 comes out and finishes, because I just finished Osaka and Loki season 2 starts tonight.
Yes, I've been warned about that. I have not watched Loki the first season. However, that is another thing. I decided that on this little staycation, I was not going to do anything. I actually was going to put up my hammock. I was like, yeah, it's going to be hammock time on my front porch. I don't care. And then it started raining, and I was like, well, that's not going to work out. Well, shit. So yeah. Oh no, you've been poopy trained.
Yes, since I was 30, I wipe my own ass.
Wow. I feel like, wow.
Brandon's chiming in.
Shelby's a single white femaling you, Tony.
You are not wrong, bro. Like, Happy learned how to putt, and I'm really, really feeling the backswing. Not really enjoying that.
That's funny. But yeah, with the Pumpkin Festival and everything else going on, we're into the fall season. Leaves are falling here, changing color, all that fun stuff. One of the nice things about that here at my house is the more leaves that fall, the more I can see the lake across the street. So
Nice.
I'm not sad about that, because I was moving my stuff around today. My living room is a lot smaller because I have an actual bar to the kitchen,
Nice.
So I don't have room for my kitchen table that I just bought before I moved, which is fantastic. So I had an extra chair, and I'm trying to move this little bitch around, and I'm like, oh, I'll just put it in my room, because that's where every adult should put their clothing that they're gonna wear more than once, because I'm that person.
Okay.
And I couldn't get it through the door. So it just kind of sat there, and it was in front of the sliding glass window, and I'm sitting there just watching the water, the waves crashing in. I'm like, this really isn't a bad spot. It's just awkward because it's the kitchen. So yeah, I just just trying to move stuff around and make it feel more like home right now, because I've been on the road. I've been everywhere but here, it feels like.
Yeah.
And working so many ridiculous hours that for this moment I actually get to kind of get some of this stuff unpacked and put away and make it feel a little bit more like home. So
isn't that crazy though that you say that? Like, I've been reading a few different articles about, American pastimes and work and adulting and whatnot. And it's so crazy because we keep moving forward to this odd transition of all work to buy a car that we only use to drive to work, to buy a house that we're never at except to sleep, and pay bills for things that we never really get to fully utilize. And I go,
true.
There's got to be a better way.
There does. Oh my God, I never really. Oh, I'm really living that whole thing that you just mentioned right now.
Same. Like, I just got
Holy
paid,
shit.
and I'm going, okay, I know I had money somewhere. Where the hell did it go? Because all my bills are sort of paid. I mean, I've got, other shit coming down the pipe, but I'm like, I had money because I know I worked. My body reminds me that I worked because it hurts. And I just go, what? I came home to sleep.
Yeah, I came home to just crawl in my bed.
Right. I mean, granted, my vehicle right now, getting back and forth to work, is my bike because I only, work, 7-8 blocks from where I go to work, and then grab whatever company vehicle that they have there.
Right.
But I mean, still, I'm like, there's got to be a better way to go about doing this, because this is ridiculous. Like,
Yeah.
got this home, so I could garden and spend more time in my garden.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I put the backyard together so once the mosquitoes fucking died off, I could enjoy a bonfire in my backyard because I built an amazing fire pit.
Right.
You know, I have all of these beautiful box gardens that I've crafted with these two hands to watch to go to weeds this year. I'm like, what the fuck? I didn't get the chance to do most of my, you know, suburban gardening in suburbia update this year because I was working.
Yeah.
And it felt like 24/7.
I understand that completely, like with everything that's changed. Honestly, on those, I do take those moments though. I mean, yeah, I do also work ridiculous amounts of hours and whatnot. But I have started to, like, on my days off, what I will do, probably like my first day, just depending, as long as I got everything taken care of that I need to.
Yeah.
Like, I will take myself out to lunch. I will, you know, go out if I want to buy a new record or, you know, something that I can enjoy. And then I'll come home and my days off that I'll make sure that I do enjoy that stuff and whatnot. And
Yeah.
it's just, before moving, I was finally getting to that part of it, like figuring that out and getting into that rhythm to be able to enjoy, you know, I started reading again now, and
Nice.
my hours are going to start cutting back. I mean, training was ridiculous. It was a lot. But I understood why they pushed me through, you know, 9 days straight. Was so not only so the repetition so I could get it, but also because, well, you know, they didn't want me to have to drive back, come back,
Right.
go back and forth. So, you know, I definitely earned this vacation, and I'm thankful for it. But the best part about it is, come October 23rd, I get 3 more weeks added. So
Nice.
I'm looking forward to that part as well. But in retail, we all know that Christmas shit's already coming in, and we're going to get into that silly season. So it will be busy. However, I'm still trying to figure out the in-between time and making sure that I'm still doing those things regardless. You know, without the position and the job that I have now, I mean, it'd be a little bit harder to take care of myself and to be able, like, now it's like, okay, yeah, my truck's broke down. I got to go and get that taken care of, but it's not as bad as where it used to be before this job, because it took me a long time. I was running on a light constantly on my vehicle, you know, so you kind of look at it both ways. Yeah, you might lose some time, but you have to figure out that rhythm to be able to enjoy as well. So
yeah, that's been the struggle lately with everything. And I mean, you know, we talk about creating content like that. We love creating content. We love things that are good for our soul, and being able to hang with our friends and loved ones because these people are important to us in our lives. But it's just like, man, the 9 to 5, fuck.
that's true.
Like,
That's true.
how do you find that balance of just, you know, when you have a day off, not running here, there, and everywhere? Like, today was the first day off that I've had aside from being sick. Or under the weather, or I don't even remember what the hell I had. Something I ate, food poisoning. I don't know, but it was not fun. So for
Recently?
24 hours, I was just like, nope, not okay.
Was that
But
recent?
I didn't work today because it rained, because I couldn't do anything in the rain because we're seasonal workers. And like, it was great. I got to sleep until like 8, which never happens. And then, you know, started my day getting a couple of interviews done and just working on some things that I wanted to accomplish at home, and then hit the ground running, going to support local, to the game store, you know, went out with Melissa and Shelby to lunch, just enjoyed the time with the people that I love and care about.
Yeah.
And just, I'm like, man, there's got to be a simpler way to find balance. To do the things that, of course, you have to do the adulting thing of working the 9 to 5, taking care of, you know, the bills and your livelihood,
Right.
but then there and again, still having that better balance for your heart and soul. Because I mean,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So I was struggling with that a little bit today, and I'm just like, there's got to be a better way. This sucks.
Well, and at the end of the day, like we've talked about that before. I mean, if you don't have that balance, it's going to make everything harder. you're not going to want to be to work. So then that's going to cut you back being able to make sure that you get your bills done. If you can't get your bills paid, you can't eat, you can't do the things that you need to do.
Right.
Then you're stuck in this like hamster wheel of feeling like shit because you can't catch a break, you're not getting through, and you need to be able to take care of yourself. Mr. Guy brings up a really good point. Money comes and money goes. Your time can never be replaced. You can always make more money. You can never buy more time, and that's so true.
Preach that.
And Brandon says there's got to be a better way. Tony, you selling something? Brandon says amen, and Andy agrees with Mr. Guy for sure.
It's a legit question. Like, you know, and you know, yes, there's been times in my life where it was definitely feast instead of famine. But, you know, it's always the times that I think that I struggle the most when it's that weird in between things where I'm not exactly comfortable in feasting, but if I misstep, it's famine. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
And, you know, it's like, oh man, you're riding that edge where it's like, shit, my bills are paid, sort of. You know, there's other things that I still have to go through and pay for and whatnot. But it's one of those things where you're just like, fuck, man, I have to find that very delicate balance, because if you tip one way or the other, woo! And I wish I was selling something because I'd be making more money. But, you know, my season's coming to an end here at the end of October. And it's kind of bittersweet because, you know, I have an easy job, but I don't have an easy job because it's one of those things where you pick heavy shit up and put heavy shit down. It's manual labor. We're doing garbage. We pull weeds. We do storm drains. We do all of that stuff. So it makes it's very labor intensive. And with the week that we've had of, you know, starting Monday, it got up to 85 degrees and it's straight humidity. And then today, it was nothing but rain all day. Yep. And I was like, this is fucking ridiculous. Like, here we are in October. Like, it's Michigan. Don't we have snow by now? Like, what the hell?
Well, and the thing is, too, like, with the physical labor, that kind of stuff, that really does make it a little bit harder to be able to enjoy any extra time because you're exhausted. And, you know, my job is more of a mental like strain because there's so many things that have to be. Yes, there are times like this past week that it's been more of a physical because we are now going to trucks every day, and where do you put them?
Yep.
You know, so there's a lot of that going on right now too. So the in between, but when it comes down to it, if you're not able to take care of yourself from a job that's mentally and physically taxing, then you can't enjoy that either. So there's all kinds of different things and moving parts of it. I think the answer is just all like moving to a piece of land and paying for that. And I'm just kidding. I'm not trying to start a commune.
Go on. I'm listening. Can I plant my box garden there? I just want to know. Can I do that?
Yeah.
All right,
Kumbaya at the campfire at night.
Who's in chat? Who wants to go with us to our commune? Because Heather's buying land.
Yeah, who wants to come and sing campfire songs and tell ghost stories and, you know.
I got an acoustic guitar right over there.
Right. We'll grow hemp and sell that for money.
Fuck yeah, let's do it. I know how to.
I think I'm on the right path here.
But no, that's the thing is, you know, where is the downtime to reconnect for your soul, for your spirit. I mean, because like you were talking about reading, I've been trying to bust out as many books as I can once again before the end of the year. Not that I've stopped, but when, you know, like you said, you're so mentally and physically just exhausted. You're going in the motions. Like I sitting there showering after work. I'm like, oh my God, it hurts. I can't move my shoulder. What the hell? And just, you know, and I'm not, please don't think that I'm, you know, bitching. I know first world problems, right? I can't find enough downtime. But no, it's just like anybody that does the 9 to 5, at some point it just gets monotonous and you go, I got to break this up. I got to find a different balance in my routine. And don't get me wrong, I'm incredibly grateful for what I have and the opportunities that I've been given. But, sometimes you got to shake it up. You got to find a different balance that's going to keep you motivated to do the shit that you don't want to do so you can get to the shit that you want to do.
Sorry, I'm not laughing at you. I keep on paying attention to what's going on in chat, and it catches me off guard. Did you read what he just said?
Tony, have you tried reading a book about clerics? Joke's on you. I can't read. I just look at the pictures.
Mr. Guy could bring the s'mores.
Yes.
Tony will grow that. I will just help you guys learn how to do art because it's art.
Yes. Get about
it. I did the TikTok video. I sent it over, and unfortunately, it had a glitch through the fucking matrix when it finally went into the chat for those guys. Funny. But at the end of the day, it was just there's this little kid talking about a museum in Texas.
Oh my God, that was so fucking funny.
I wish that video would have actually not glitched out because I did the big old freaking kid eyes. And I'll have to retry it again. Yeah, I think it's because my phone is so overloaded with shit, and I'm not good at deleting things and cleaning it. So it's just I don't know what to do right now. And I keep adding more shit to it. So it's no, you do what I tell you to do.
I really love cream cheese.
We love it. It was so bad to the point where when you guys were texting in the one chat,
yes,
my freaking phone, my SIM card said over full, it was full.
Isn't that every day in that group chat?
It feels like it. It feels like it. Oh, we got some more people. Hey, Coach.
Coach, how's it going, Coach?
Yes.
Happiest of Thursday, strange friends. Go ahead.
Happiest of Thursday, strange friends media. Yes, we all have so much to be grateful for. A lot of people have it way worse. Animals have it way worse. Hey, yes. Coach. Hey, Andy. Yeah, you're not joking. At the end of it, when you stop and think about it, the blessings that we do have in our lives, these kinds of moments, being able to hang out with you guys, getting to have these laughs on Thursdays. There are people out there that have it way worse than what we could ever imagine. So taking from that and taking that lesson and listening to that, you're not wrong. So thank you for that.
Andy says you can call the place Artopia.
Artopia.
I like that.
Where it's art.
It's
art. God, I don't know if I ever want to release that video to you guys.
Funny as shit. No, penises. Well, yeah, that's one of the tags in our group chat where it's hey, this just in, penis. Because I mean, how many times, guy or girl, I didn't give a shit growing up that one of your friends are in the circle hey guys, penis. And everybody busts out laughing, and then you have the contest. We were just dumb guys. I remember it was in junior high. We'd literally sit in the back of the bus and start out saying penis the softest, and by the time we got to school, we would be literally yelling it in the back of the bus who could yell penis the loudest. It was fucking hilarious. It was awesome.
I remember riding the bus.
Yes.
And you'd get home and your parents be like, where did you learn that? I'd always be on the bus. And I was surprised at some point they wouldn't be like, you're not riding the bus anymore. We can't have you corrupted by this bus.
Right.
Well, I remember one night I had this dream that our bus driver let the younger kids, because all the older kids would go to the back and they'd sit back there, and then she'd have us younger ones up front to keep an eye on us. She didn't want us all mixing together, whatever. So I had a dream that somehow, I didn't know what happened, but all the little kids got to go to the back and all the older kids had to come sit up front. I shit you not. That day on the way to school, somebody whipped an M&M at the back of her head, a peanut M&M from way back in the back, and nobody would admit it or say who did it. So she ended up moving all of them up front and let us all go sit in the back. I was like, that's fucking weird. Has anybody had that kind of thing happen to them before? Go ahead and say that in the chat tonight. It just was so strange.
So
Anyway,
what are you, a clairvoyant now, Heather?
I was only like 9 years old. For me to have that dream and for that to happen was just so fucking weird. I was like, I kind of scared myself.
Magico.
Magico. I am Magico, you notice. Coach is saying the people in Ukraine, I feel so bad for the people that don't have enough to eat or drink around the world. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that sucks. It really sucks when you miss meals.
Mm-hmm. You know, growing up, there are situations where stuff like that happens. So I totally understand. Totally understand. So yeah, if you guys had any of those kinds of moments, or I don't want to, dare I say deja vu, because Guy will go off on that again. That again.
It's like deja vu.
It's like deja vu. Hey guys, is deja vu? It's like deja vu. But yeah, so
like
glad that you guys are joining in, hanging out with us tonight. We're just, you know, basically now it feels like this show is about just catching up and whatever you guys want to add into the chat, which is awesome. We appreciate that. So just kind of doing this thing. Have you ever? Oh, let's see. I'm an 80s child. What happened on the bus stayed on the bus.
Fucking A, bro.
Not me. I was always like, no, I learned that on the bus.
So
I was that kid.
Here's the best part. Like being an 80s kid on the bus, you know, I remember some of the high school teenagers. I mean, we all grew up on the farm. So shit, we were smoking at the age of 9. And it was great because we tried to go through and have ways of bargaining to get stuff on the bus. Because, you know, granted, you could go to the country store, and as long as you could see over the counter and had a note, you could buy whatever the fuck you wanted to.
You could.
However, when you had older siblings and they're like, hey, my brother will do dumb shit because he wants to be cool, and you can pay him in cigarettes. Yeah. And since, you know, a pack of Marlboro Reds at that point in time was 99 cents plus tax. And I remember that shit because I started smoking Camel Whites when I was 9. Probably not the best thing to do, kids, so don't try this at home. But no, it was crazy because there's shit that happened on the bus when it came to substances. I'm still sworn to secrecy over. So yeah, it's in the, you were 80s kids. What happens on the bus stays on the bus. Because I always remember being tortured, being in grade school from the high schoolers going, you didn't say shit, did you? It's like, no, I didn't say shit. And I'm 47 years old now. Like, fuck them guys. They're probably all dead. But that's how it worked, Brandon. You know, the code of the road. If you talked about stuff on the school bus, you were going to get roughed up on the playground come last recess.
See, nobody told me anything about that. Like, and I never, I kind of somehow snuck under the radar, I guess. Like, I didn't get in trouble. Like, the most things that ever happened to me is like, well, you know, my dad started me out young with Ozzy and metal and all kinds of different, you know, hair bands and shit like that. So the worst thing that happened to me, like, it was, picture it, 1986. Yes, living on a prayer was such a big thing on the bus. We were all singing that shit. But like my dad came home and was like, hey, I got tickets to Ozzy Osbourne, White Lion, and Vixen. We're gonna go, but if you don't, like, he told my mom, like, if you don't want to go, that's fine. I'm taking the kids though. So this was my birthday present.
What?
This was my birthday present. So we went, and I ended up getting a shirt with Ozzy and Lita on it, you know, because if you close your eyes forever.
Yes.
So I had that shirt, and
jam.
one of the teenagers was like, hey, that's a nice shirt. Can I get it from you? I'm like, no, I'm wearing it. You know, I'm this kid. I'm like, no, it's my favorite shirt, you know, at that age.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know. What we got? Thanks, Brandon. Thumbnails in there.
Thank you so much,
Andy.
Brandon.
The bus could get sucked into a portal. Glad I was able to walk to school most of the time. Deja vu. Been there, done that. Nice.
Same. Like,
Nice.
good Lord. I hated riding the bus. Hated. I was so much fun when I made friends with kids in town. And be like, hey, I'm going to stay after school. And my parents like, oh, I don't give a shit. Just make sure you're home by whenever.
Right.
And it was great because I could literally walk out of school, walk across the street because they couldn't do anything. And we would light up and smoke a whole cigarette by the time we get to my friend's house. I was like, man, this is great. I don't have to worry about dickhead bullies on the bus.
Yeah.
Adults were fucking off because you were on the other side of the street because you couldn't smoke on, you know, cool school grounds. But no, it was great. I loved it when we could walk to my friend's house and not have to ride the bus. Because, man, being bullied on the bus sucked.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. There was a girl, like, always was a chubby kid. Always. Still to this day. And that's fine. I don't care. I love me. And I love food. So whatever.
That kid approved. Hello.
So growing up, like, there was this younger girl she was just a bitch, man. Every time she had a chance, she'd say something, and you know, like my last name Edgington, she'd call me Edgington, and just all this bullshit. And as I got older, I ran into her one time, and she's like, "Yeah, I'm really sorry. I was such an asshole to you. Like, I'm really sorry that I bullied you so much, and blah blah blah." I'm like, "Yeah, that really sucked. That sucked a lot. I'm not gonna lie. Like, you were evil and horrible."
Right.
But yeah, it's kind of interesting as you get older and then you meet up with these people that were just absolute a-holes to you and you're like, look at you now.
Right?
That's justice.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So.
Andy Burke says, at least there wasn't surveillance cams on the buses in the 80s. No, there was not. You could get away with some shit on the buses, man.
Yeah. Where did you sit on the bus?
It was so much fun. Like, we were the last generation to not have the internet or social media. I mean, maybe there's some Polaroids or something floating around or some 35 millimeter, maybe. But like, it was great. We were free. It didn't fucking matter, man. Like, if it happened, the only thing you had to remember that was your memories, man. Depending on how much alcohol or other substances you had in your system was how fuzzy you remembered it.
And then you take the pictures and you'd send them in. Like, I was notorious for getting the throwaway cameras because it was just easier to just grab those and go.
Yep.
Didn't take the best pictures, but you know, you'd wait and you'd turn them in and you'd be sitting there waiting for them to come back, and you're like, gosh, I still have a bunch of film that hasn't been developed that I still have somewhere. Yeah.
Mr. Guy says, where did you sit on the bus? I was always stuck in the front seat because for whatever reason, being bullied, I got blamed for almost everything. So all the way up until I think my senior year, I had to more or less ride either in the first or second seat of the bus. And then my senior year, I finally got a vehicle and drove my ass to school. So fuck that.
Nice.
And then Andy Burke says the bus bullies now work for the IRS. That makes a whole lot of sense and explains a lot of things, man.
Yeah. Yes, it does.
Good Lord. Yeah, that's, you know, where did you sit, Heather, on the bus?
Well, it just, like, I sat more closer to the front at the time because when I finally started to go to middle school and whatnot, I was close to being able to walk. Well, also, I did not like to wake up in the morning. I was one of those kids that would sleep in super freaking late. I'd give my mom a damn attitude, like, every time she'd come into my room. I was just a little a-hole when I was a teenager. And I'd be like, would you just get out? Clearly, I'm sleeping. And then but I would also be like, 5 more minutes. Just 5 more minutes. Like, that was my constant. So, unfortunately, growing up, my mom was my snooze button. And she is so frustrated by me. So frustrated by me. It's probably now, like, I set millions of alarms still to this day. Like, I will set at least 5 and cruise through those babies like they're nothing. But, which is really bad for you, by the way.
Right.
Very bad for you.
First one goes off, you get up regardless.
Yeah, you should. You really should. But no, I'm just like, yeah, fuck you, alarm. I don't know why I set you in the first place because we both know I'm not waking up at that time. Some days I'm good at it though. Some days I'm like, yeah, I don't want to hear this shit 5 more times. I'm up. I'm out. But for the most part, I ended up sitting in like towards the front. But in high school, I would walk to school. Well, I wouldn't walk to school. This is the thing, is I was like, Mom, I can't walk to school. I'm just too tired in the mornings. So here's my mom driving my ass to school. And then she's like, fine, but you have to walk home because I have to work. So I didn't have a car though. Like I ended up not having a car because I sucked so bad at schoolwork that she didn't want me to work because I couldn't concentrate on getting the shit that I had to get done as a kid as it was. So yeah, I didn't have my first vehicle. I didn't get until I was like 19. So yeah.
Oddly enough, my dad actually helped me get my first vehicle. It was a 1979 four-door Nova that me and my friend Opie, who I was started a band with, he dubbed it Gertie with a big old fat joint. It was great because he's like, I dubbed thee Gertie, which was so much fun. Like this thing, man, it cruised like a caddy, but it was a 1979 four-door Nova with that like faded cream color.
Oh yeah.
Like there was no rust on it, but it had like this faded cream color where it was like sun-baked. And man, this thing cruised. I drove that thing fucking everywhere. And it was great because I could fill my tank up for $10.
Oh my God. Yeah. Can you imagine?
$10. Like it was awesome. And that's when I started driving back and forth to college too after I graduated. And I was like, man, this is insane. Because I was driving to Delta and SVSU.
Yeah. And how many times though back then were you like, oh, gas is so expensive?
Honestly, between gas and cigarettes, that's where most of my check went because, you know, I was pissed off when cigarettes went up to $1.20.
Yeah.
And gas went up to, what was it? Oh shit, I think it was like 95 cents or 96 cents. Like you literally like, holy shit, man. Seriously.
I think back to like, you know, those times, like how much cheaper it was as far as all that stuff went. Like my first car was a Chevy Lumina. It was a 2-door, which they didn't make many of them. It was like a 92 baby blue Chevy Lumina. Nice. And I liked it. Like I really did like the car. I was so proud of myself. The only issue is I don't understand how this happened, but this was the first vehicle I found out like they had left it open and let their dogs into this vehicle in the wintertime. So it was kind of a little bit not on the good smelling side when I first got it. I was like, what the fuck did they do here? But anyway, I didn't pay much for it. I think I paid like $250 for this car. Like my first, like $250 for my first vehicle. But I drove it for a while and I drove it actually without having a license and without insurance. So there was that. And I think... yeah, it was bad. Don't do this, guys. Don't.
You were riding dirty.
This was a long time ago, so like 7 years have passed, so I should be good.
Statute of limitations.
Right. So I was being dumb because I worked probably about 30 minutes or more away from work, and if I didn't have a ride, I was like, well, fuck, I have to get there. So I would just drive this car that I did not have a license for yet or insurance like a dumbass. And, you know, but I made it to work. But then finally I had a scare. I was driving to work and there was a piece of metal off of a tractor or something because it was out in farming country, you know, Deckerville area. Yeah. And this piece of metal got up in my brake line. And it scared the shit out of me because I thought for sure I was going to be in trouble. So luckily this farmer stopped and pulled it out and my brakes were fine. But after that I was like, yeah, I don't want to get in trouble. I don't want to get pulled over. I'm not doing this anymore. So finally I ended up getting everything legal. Right. And my mom was also yelling at me about it. So yeah, she knew.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, so I was just like, fuck it, I gotta go get this done. I think I was like 20, 20, 20, 21, 20, I think, when I finally got my license. But
Nice.
either way, I was late at getting it. You know, test anxiety, good stuff.
Of course, that's just
What
how
have we
it
got
is.
in
Coach is
chat?
chiming in and says, I forgot to set my alarm this morning.
Oh,
Woke up
no.
on time, but then fell back asleep. Was late, no snooze. Bless you. Guy says
Thank you.
gas and cigarettes used to be like $3. That was half a tank of gas in a pack. Yeah. But when you smoke like 3 packs a day, it got really expensive.
Oh,
So I'd buy by the
yes.
carton. Coach says, I remember when we could take the Cavalier and 2.5 hour road trip to the beach for $10 with a pack of smokes and a beer.
Oh, yeah.
And coast on fumes on the way home. Guy says coast on fumes on the way home every day. And then Andy Burke says the good old days when $20 got you through the weekend, gas, food, and a movie for 2 included. I miss those days.
Yeah.
Brother, preach that, because, man,
No joke.
we didn't realize how good the times were now.
Mm-hmm.
Because,
Yeah.
$20. I remember taking a handful of my female friends, like, hey, can you take us to the mall? I was like, yeah, give me $20. And I would do that shit for the whole damn weekend. Like, drive around Saginaw, Bay City, Flint, all of that shit. There was a couple of times we went down to Detroit to like, what was it? The big ass mall down there. What is it called? Great Lakes Crossing.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
I mean, on $20. And
Yeah,
man, that got me a full tank of gas and smokes and food.
It was so crazy. Like that, we would actually get all together and go over to Canada because we were old enough to drink over there. So we'd, gather up fucking pop bottles and shit. And I'd be like, Mom, I need this for the weekend because I'm gonna go hang out with friends. Da da da. And then we'd go over there and get fucking trashed.
Yes.
In a different country.
Well, yeah, because you
so
only had to be
weird 'cause how
18 to drink
close.
over there.
Yeah.
So much fun.
Yeah,
Green
it's so
fumes,
crazy.
that's right.
Yeah. Yep.
So many good times. Like I fucking loved it. Like we didn't have seatbelts. We had the back of the station wagon that we got tossed around in for corners.
Oh,
Sleeping
riding
in the back
of truck, riding in the back of people's trucks.
Yeah, we weren't strapped in. We were hanging out. Shit, I remember we tied. Oh God, what was it? One of those plastic sleds to the back of a truck.
Oh my God, how dumb!
And went down a dirt road because everything was drifted over, and we had 4-wheel drive of the truck. And it was great because the truck would hit the drifts, just like all this stupid shit that we did. And the rope broke, and we went flying into a 10-foot drift, and a tree fell on it. It was great.
Just crazy ass shit that we did. Like my dad made me, and if he's listening, he hasn't chimed in yet. He's probably gonna he'll get me later. He was like, he made me promise not to ride in the back of someone's truck. Well, I'm not gonna lie, I did quite a bit.
Of course.
They'd be like, get in, we're gonna go drive around and we're gonna smoke a joint. Okay.
What the?
Sure, I'll get in.
Right? Fire one up. Coach says they have a $23 hamburger at Phillies Stadium. What the? What does this look like?
Way. Is there gold on the bun and in the burger?
Right. Like, is it made from childhood tears? Like, what the fuck is going on?
What kind of what are they putting in that?
Right? Mr. Guy says, K-Car Coach, K-Car Plymouth Reliant. Oh my God. My friend had a Plymouth Reliant. Man, that was so much fun.
So yeah, if you're in chat, chime in on what your first vehicle was that you actually drove.
Yeah.
When I had the Lumina, it was like family. My dad worked at the freaking General Motors, so GMC and Chevy, all that stuff was like, our big cars, whatever. I ended up driving that Lumina around for a little while, and then one of my friends broke my key off in it and then fucked that up. So it had to be started with a fucking screwdriver. So that was fun. And then the steering was like this, like it'd go up and it'd go down.
That's what we call a
So
hoopty.
and ended up becoming a hoopty very quick. So I ended up turning that in and getting myself like a newer Chevy Malibu. Like my first vehicle that I had to make payments on. And back then it was really cheap, surprisingly.
Oh my
But,
God, the cars are coming through.
yeah, I love this. I love this, you guys. What do we got here?
Reliant, best worst car ever. You were not wrong, good sir. Chaos Gaming in chat. How's it going, Chaos?
Hey.
77 Oldsmobile Cutlass Supreme. I drive a boat. That is a big ass fucking car.
Yeah.
Brandon says 1987 Chevy Impala Police Caprice.
Yeah,
Say that 3
cop
times
car.
fast. Coach says my first car was a Pontiac 3000, $500 from my great aunt Harriet. Hell yeah, it was an old cop car. You know, it's funny talking about these boats and different cop cars and shit. My friend Jason had a Chrysler Newport. Like, this was a mob car. You can fit comfortably, like 6 of us in the trunk.
Yeah, in the trunk.
I'm telling you, like, we literally, it was great. We actually took an afternoon nap in the trunk of this Chrysler Newport. This thing was fucking huge.
Yeah.
And it was crazy because we went camping and like we all took an afternoon nap and slept in the trunk. It was fucking crazy. It's like, what the hell? And then we're like, oh man, that probably looked really bad with our feet hanging out the back of the trunk and nobody was around the car.
Probably. Well, you know, and I was just recently talking with having to get the 2 front axles or whatever done in my truck. Well, it's a 2001.
Yeah.
Yes, she is rusty, like pieces falling off going down the road. I'm very afraid when bikers are close to me that they're going to get something like, you know, peeling off my truck going down the road 65. Yeah, I'm afraid that that's going to happen, and that really bothers me. However, though, it's going to cost me under $500 to get these fixed. Somebody else I know is having the same thing with a newer vehicle. It's going to cost them over $2,000 to get it done.
Shit.
I have 50 with all my training and stuff. I have 57,000 miles left on this truck, or only on this truck.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know what? At this point in time, I might as well just hang on to this little rusty bitch because it's gonna like save me in the long run. There's no check engine lights on. I mean, there's a little exhaust leak. I did have you guys are gonna get a kick out of this one. I had the guy, he drove it up the hill because I told him I was struggling getting up hills and stuff. So he got back and he's like, I had no issue. He's like, I just went up that really big hill and there was no issue with it. And so we come to the conclusion, I need bricks on my pedal or I need to pull my seat closer because I'm pushing like this. And he's like, well, the fact of the matter is you're just short. You just need to get closer to the pedal. So yeah. So it's not, luckily though, it's not my transmission. It's just I'm just short and not close enough to the steering wheel.
You were scaring the hell out of 5'1".
I'm 5'1.5". Thank you. All right, what else we got going on in the chat?
So what do we got? Chaos says mine was $500 from my aunt too. It says I had like 10 people in my car at one point. In the trunk? All right, well that's weird. And Guy said back then Lincoln Town Car was a mob car. Bro, Lincoln Town cars were pimp mobiles. Coach says a beer would rest perfectly in the dashboard, even through the old dirt roads. You are not wrong. I remember that, man. God, crop tour. That's what we do. We take a dashboard full of beers and just hit all the backcountry road. It was great. Brandon says mine was a hand-me-down from my dad. Hell yeah. And Echo's coming back, Heather. Keep near the mic. All right.
Okay.
I'm
sticking
just
close.
The seats. So yeah, that's man, so many memories growing up before cameras and all the stupid shit that social media tells us that we have to focus on. Such a great time though. Like I had a lot of great first vehicles. Like my first race car, and I say race car, was a 1976 Nova. There was a 2-door and had a kill switch push start. So you could get in, and it was great because I leave the keys in this thing all the fucking time. We go down to the ghetto and whatnot just to go through and play some of the clubs or hang out, just to see if this thing would actually get stolen. And people tried to steal it, couldn't figure out how to fucking start the thing. It was great.
Well, that's another thing. Yeah, was it a automatic or was it that you had to?
So when I
shift.
bought this car, here's the best part about it. When I bought this car, the owner said I had this installed because the car kept getting ripped off and stolen.
Oh, damn.
And I was like, okay. So this was the combination. I'd love to find this car because I let my mother drive it and she blew a 6-inch hole inside of the block. I was pissed.
Oh, God.
And I was mechanically retarded. I didn't know how to fix any of that stuff. So I don't remember where it ended up at, but somebody came and took it and I was sad. But no, so here was the combination. And the kill switch was right underneath the dashboard. You had to reach up underneath and push the button. But the combination was you had to click it forward, reach down, hit the button because it would kill it, turn it back, turn it forward, turn it back, turn it forward, reach back under, push the button, and it would start.
That's way too much shit for me, even. I'd be like, I can't make it to work because I can't fucking get my car started.
But my car never got stolen.
Oh, I bet. Yeah, I bet.
And it was great because I tell people the combination of how to start it, and they could never figure it out. There was only one person that could figure it out. It was the girl I was dating at the time. And she's like, oh, you mean like this? And it was funny because the only reason she knew how to start it is because apparently her dad had the same kill switch start button in his truck.
Nice. Yeah. That's another thing. I never learned. I attempted to do like a stick shift, but if I had to drive one today, I would not go anywhere. I just couldn't. So
Oh, it's the best anti-theft today. Like if you have a stick, forget it. Nobody's stealing your car today.
No, that's what Brian has. And I when I was there, I'm like, I can't drive us anywhere. You know, I can't do it. I'm going to blow the transmission. It'd be a shit show.
Chaos says, I had to turn my lights on with a button on the door.
Oh, boy. Oh, wow.
And Guy says, first race car, mine was a 1987 Honda Prelude SE5 Speed Standard. Nice.
Heck yeah.
Hell yeah. Well, it was great because I was souping this thing up. Like I put racing stripes on it. I did, it was, oh, good God. I put a bigger carburetor on it to make the fuel squirt faster or more. I'm not quite sure how that was. But
Brian
like
says,
I
just
get
got
this
here.
thing,
What do I have?
you know, just rocking and rolling. I do burnouts and shit like that all the time. It's so much fun.
Hell yeah. You have a stick shift, Brian. That's what I was talking about. Like I couldn't drive us anywhere when I was visiting because I don't stick shift. So
The floor. Yeah, that's right. To turn the lights on the floor. I remember that.
Oh, yeah.
That's what both of my Novas had. You had to push the button on the floor to turn your lights on.
Was it cassette player? What was the music? Was there anything in any of your said vehicles?
And an AM
8-track.
radio. Yep.
Yeah.
And it was great because the car came with 2 different 8-tracks.
Oh my gosh.
One was Boxcar Willie's Greatest Hits.
Nice.
And the other one was Johnny Cash. Oh God, what was it? Was it The Men in Black?
Wow.
I think it was The Man in Black.
Jeez.
And it was like from, I don't know, the fucking 70s or some shit, or late 60s, 70s or something like that. So we'd be riding around and they still worked. It was freaking awesome. Be jamming out Boxcar Willie going up to the beach in Caseville and whatnot. So much fun.
Yeah. Yep.
Using a standard is a dying skill. You are not wrong, good sir. If I had to drive a stick, I'd be like, yeah, we're not going anywhere because
that's it.
Well, here's the thing. I learned how to do it because I grew up on the farm, right?
Right.
Here's the sucky part about it. Anytime I had to drive a stick shift extensively for a very long time, I would always burn out the clutch. Because I'd forget that I'd be driving a stick and be like, oh shit, I got to shift on. And you'd smell the clutch just completely fucking burnt.
Well, the first time that I ever tried to drive a stick, there was this guy who was just like a little bit older than me, and he had this thing for me, and he was like, well, you can drive my vehicle. You know, that was like a big bragging thing. Oh, I got to drive his vehicle, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, yeah, sure. And then I realized that it was a stick shift, and I'm trying it, and he's like, you're cute, but I don't think I can do this. He's like, you're gonna mess up my clutch, and I'm like, oh shit, okay.
that's hilarious.
So then after that, I was like, I'm not gonna try that again. I just want automatic, and it's got to have cruise, or fuck it, I'm done.
Brandon says, second car was a 1989 Buick Century. Dude, I had the exact same car. It was white with black trim. Packed my friends in like sardines to drive over to NorCal and Big Sur in San Francisco. Fuck yeah. And then Guy says, left foot high beams. Damn, I'm old. Dude, I remember that shit. So, wait a minute. Fuck, I'm older than you. Never mind. And then Andy says, second car, Ford Escort, station wagon. Bro, representing. Hell yeah. I know y'all all
envious.
Yeah, dude, I had a, what was it? God, what was it? Was it a Dodge station wagon Woody? Was one of my vehicles that I had. I love that freaking car. I could throw all my gear in there and still have all my friends ride with me to chip in for gas, which was so much fun. Man, I've owned so many cars. My favorite one, though, for gas mileage and being able to haul the whole family was my, was it 2006 GMC Astrovan. This thing was badass. Had captain's chairs, the table in the middle, plus three rows of seats that I could take out the third row and stash a bunch of gear and groceries and
Dude,
shit.
I missed that hippie van that I had.
My kids loved that thing, man. It was so much fun. Air, tilt, moonroof, the whole entire 9 yards. It was so much fun. Left foot high beams ruled. Yes, they did, Andy.
Yeah.
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
I like a bike. Once you got down, you never forget. Just get rusty. You know, man, I miss my
shifting,
bike.
Yeah. Yep.
I miss my bike. That's why here's the thing. Call me crazy, but in town here, in Podunk fucking Caro, I love riding my bike around town because I don't have to worry about burning gas. And it's hilarious because all the guys at my work are like, oh, you ride a bike to work. I'm like, you know how much gas I'm using by not driving a truck like you assholes? And all of them either drive some form of diesel or like really high octane because they have a performance truck. And I'm just
honestly,
like, you know what? Whatever.
It's good for your health and your heart anyway. Yeah. You know, if I lived closer, I would probably ride my bike to get a bike and ride it to work.
Fuck yeah.
So what?
Chaos said second car was a 90-something Grand Prix with my speed displayed on the windshield. Oh, hell
nice.
Yeah.
Heck
That's like some 1v1 racing shit. Andy Burke says, yeah, Mr. Guy, you're old. Me too. I'm not old. I'm leveling up, according to what Heather says.
Yeah, absolutely. You level up. I don't call it old no more. I still laugh about it because when people learn how old I actually am, they're like, what? I'm like,
right?
Well,
Right?
it is what it is. Yeah.
Well, and it's so much fun reminiscing this stuff because, like I said earlier, we didn't know how well we had it because we were literally one of the last generations, if not the last generation, to get away with stupid shit because there was no cameras, there was no social media, there was no internet, at least in wide use at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, you know, we were feral, man. We went out, we did whatever. However, our parents didn't know where the fuck we were at.
Except for when you made that collect call and you were like, I'm at da-da-da.
Right. It was the 2-second where, please say your name after the beep.
Yeah. I'm over at Ashley's house, blah, blah, blah. Click.
Right.
And then she'd know. So yeah, that was the thing. Like you'd find the relics now that were once called payphones, and then you'd do this collect call thing and you'd say something really quick. Yeah.
We have a payphone right here in Podunk Caro, which is so funny because the receiver's busted. I'm like,
yeah,
who do I have to talk to take this thing home? Because this is cool shit.
Yeah, I want one of these. I would like this. I
heard you can buy them on like Amazon and eBay and shit like that for dirt cheap because nobody has them anymore. Yeah,
that's so crazy.
Like, what
so
the
crazy.
Fuck?
This has been fun reminiscing.
Right? Mr. Guy says, I remember when gas was under $1. Grandpa, you tell me funny stories. It was though. Like shit, man. I remember working in Detroit and driving from my Podunk house in Vassar.
Yeah.
And it was 2 hours one way, depending on how you hit traffic. But we would leave every morning at 4 a.m., drive all the way down so we could get to work by 7 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
And we'd get to the job site, work all fucking day, drive all the way back home.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, we'd work 12, 16-hour day and come back home, do it all over again. It was fucking crazy. I mean, granted, I was making stupid amounts of money back then.
Right.
'Cause I mean, shit, $25 an hour in like the early 90s.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Of course you'd be dry. Hell yeah. Like, yeah.
Show me any other place right now that's paying that for just doing pick heavy shit up, put heavy shit down.
Yeah, exactly.
And nobody wanted to do it because it was shit work. But I mean, fuck, it paid good. I did roofing. I did bricking. I stuck in a hole, digging a trench.
Mm-hmm.
Like laying piece
for that pay.
Oh man, $25 an hour. You can shit in my shoes, and I will walk around.
Well, that's the funny thing is, like, you think about it now, and so many of these people will call off and all this different stuff, and it's like, man, you have no idea how, you know, there are people that will do these lower jobs, but of course. One of the things that I do want to mention, I want to tell you guys, I found something that's really cool. It seems how we're on the subject of nostalgia.
Oh yeah.
I hope that you guys will check this out. On my TikTok adventures while I was creating videos and doing different little fun shit, I found a post from this one chick who put up it's called my90stv.com.
Yeah.
No, we're not sponsored by this, but this thing is so fucking cool, you guys. It's this little, you can go from 50s all the way up to 2000s, I believe it is.
Nice.
And it has the style of TV that would have been for each of those eras on there.
Nice.
And you can click on the knob to actually turn the TV on, or it's got the little thing on the side. And then on the side of it, it's got all of the different kinds of channels that they have, even right down to, I was on the 80s. They had the commercials from the 80s.
Oh
they
my
had
God, that's
all
amazing.
of the different movies, shows, cartoons, news from back then, just soap operas, like any of these game shows, shit like that. And I was sitting there actually just kind of flipping through it, and you can make your screen bigger so you can look at the TV screen.
Yeah.
But otherwise it's all off to the side in it's a little TV, whatever, but you can actually blow it up to watch these things. But yeah, it had commercials from back in the 80s, different shit, like, but you can go for all these different eras and look at it. It's really actually quite cool. You can click on the side and yes, Campbell Soup commercials are on there too. Yes. You can click on the side and take off, like, I didn't really want to watch the news. I didn't give a shit about that. And sports, I wasn't too worried, but you can actually watch sports, like football games and shit from back then too.
Yeah.
And what's interesting is when you flip through the channels, because you can actually hit the dial or click the thing to switch channels, it does a static.
Yeah.
And then it goes to the, like, you're actually turning the dial, which was very cool.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, you can click off what you don't really want. Like, if you get tired of ads and commercials, you can actually take those off. But it's free.
It's actually really cool.
Free to watch this stuff. So I thought, man, I want to share that with you guys because it was really interesting to actually see these commercials and shit from way back then. And, you know, so with this nostalgic that we're talking about tonight, if you guys get a chance to check that out, like, it's awesome. It's free. You can go back from 50s and all the way to 2000s. It's pretty cool. Even music, the music videos and shit, they have all that on there too.
That's cool as shit. I mean, get caught up here real quick.
Yeah.
Brandon says, I had no desire to learn a stick. Then I went to work in Iraq, and every truck on base is a stick ship, so I had to learn if you wanted to go anywhere. Luckily, I had a coworker that was willing to give me a lesson. Nice. Andy says, I learned to drive with 3 on the tree. Oh, man. That was a truck. That was a farm truck that I had to learn how to do that, 3 on the tree. Fucking hated it. It was 60s Jeep pickup. Moving over to the stick wasn't too bad. And Andy says, crap, I think I'm older than Grandpa Guy. Grandpa Guy, get off my lawn. And then Chaos says, oh, are you talking about that old TV website? The one that changes the TV based on the decade too? Yeah, that's exactly what she's talking about.
Yes. Yes. It's
And
very
don't
cool
call me Grandpa Andy.
Grandpa Andy.
Oh,
Grandpa
that's
guy.
great.
Yeah. Yeah, it is actually exactly what I'm talking about if you get a chance. Yeah, it's the one that changes TVs based on the decade. It's a
Yes.
very cool, like I said, it's free. You can watch. They even had wrestling and different shit on there too. I was like,
Nice.
this is pretty interesting. So yeah,
I'm gonna have to
it's
check that
fun.
out.
It's a fun little nostalgia thing to check out. Like I said, it is on the computer, so I couldn't put it like on my Roku or whatever, but it's pretty cool. I was just kind of chilling out the one day I wasn't feeling good. So I
Yeah.
was laying there and put that on. Something to check out, you guys. It's pretty cool.
Well, speaking of channels, I want to go through and talk about the channels that we have
Yes,
that
let's
we
talk about that.
either affiliated with or we have underneath the Strange Friends umbrella. So let's get over to that real quick. Hopefully you guys can see that on your screens as we are cycling through all this. Heather, I'll let you talk about the ones that are under the Strange Friends Media umbrella, and then we'll hit the other ones that aren't under the umbrella yet.
All right. So for under our Strange Friends Media page, our umbrella, we do have, of course, you're watching Don't Make This Weird currently. We also have Suck My Deck, which is on Mondays, all but one Monday, correct? I'm not,
Every
this
other
is how
Monday.
involved every other Monday, where they go battle head to head with cardboard, and hopefully someday we'll be able to get on the table one or whatever whatever it's called, and then we can play online.
Yeah.
But if you, we'll get into that one. I was gonna say, but if you want to, you can watch. That's not under us. Also, we also have Guitar Fridays and Chill Stream, along with Initiative Impossible and Baghead.
Yes.
Is that all of them? Did I miss anything?
Magic Gaming Jerks and Chill Stream.
Oh yes, and Dragonfly Heart Gaming.
Yes, and Dragonfly Heart Gaming.
Whoopsie. Which I'm thinking about getting. I have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and I'm also thinking about getting Battletoads.
Nice. That was a really hard game.
So.
And the one in the far left corner there is MTG Attitude. We got to get with those guys so we can get a better logo so people can see that at a distance, because MTG Attitude is awesome. Love those guys. Love the content. Mr. Guys Garbage. Editor J, Battle Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Go check that stuff out. Seriously, MTG Attitude. Love those guys over there. Twiddlers Plays, Rule of Cool, Action Surge, and Chaos Gaming. Go check them out. They're in the featured links down there. Go check it out. Oh, and Tempest Striker Gaming is also in there. I got to get that logo up here.
Tempest Striker Gaming.
Yes, Tempest Striker Gaming. Go check that out.
714 or whatever.
Yeah, and he actually, we have a logo. God, do I have a logo on here somewhere? I thought I did. Anywho's, so there's that. That's what we're doing. Crazy, awesome, cool shit. You guys check out these channels. Like, don't just, and if you've been around this long, like, hey, hit that like button. Let the algorithms know that you like the two of us, because Heather's the brains, I'm the titch, that you guys like this, and let YouTube know, because we are, where the hell are we at? You guys have been blowing it up this week. Like, we seriously love
you guys,
the stuff that you guys are doing here. We're gonna go over to the page as I mute this out, because we have 409 subscribers thanks to you guys. Appreciate that so much. And yeah, keep them coming, because I want to hear Heather sing Master Exploder when we hit 1,000 subscribers, because I'm learning the song right now, which is great. So we got a little bit to go, but you know what? Heather's going to sing it because she gave you guys her word.
I did. Oh my God. But we also have the 300th episode. We are inching towards that, you guys. I have taken the time off so that I'm able to be there. That is my important, I said I had a thing. Pick it off. I mean, it is important. So I will be there in studio. You guys are more than welcome to join us in studio as well to celebrate our 300th episode. We are looking forward to doing that. We're on what episode today? Sorry,
296.
guys, you told me.
We have 4 episodes left, guys.
Heck yeah. So we were on our way to our 300th episode, which is a huge thing. We have been talking about, we have to thank our patron. We have one patron.
MTG Attitude.
MTG Attitude, thank you for that. We're talking about doing some other stuff behind the scenes, and you know, one of the things I was thinking tonight, I was like, dang, I missed you all, and I don't have to work tomorrow. Maybe y'all can jump in on over on my channel and just hang out and talk. But that would be fun, or hang out here, whichever. But
Yeah.
I'm not trying to keep Brandon and Tony up. I'm just like, let's do this. Come hang out with us after the show.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah.
Thank you guys. Yeah, to answer your question, Brandon, yes, please jump on after so we can go through and do some post-production stuff. But no, that's the thing, that we've got so much cool stuff coming down the pipe with all of these different channels that we collab with. Obviously, the channels that we're doing here, and when my real job, my season ends, we're going to be kicking off some really cool projects. And maybe doing some studio stuff live for you guys to kind of see how the magic happens. So if you guys want that stuff, comment. Let us know. Throw some comments in the chat. And, you know, on the video, if you guys want to see that stuff. And tell us more stuff. Like, go follow the links. Become a patron. Let us know so we can give you guys extra content.
Take that like button up for a spin.
Stuff.
Yeah. Yes. And also for the 300th episode, Tony and I, hopefully when I get there prior to for the Halloween weekend, we'll be able to work a little bit more on a song that we are going to hopefully be presenting. Whether it's a pre-record or if we do it live, just depends. But that was so good to be back in studio to be able to do that. And I will definitely share the most recent recording of me taking third place at the karaoke contest, which was a lot of fun. So.
Andy Burke says, okay, why is an older fellow Mr. Guy? Or Brandon says, Mr. Guy, don't call me Grandpa, you dang burn whippersnapper.
You guys. Well, we thank you guys for hanging out with us. Going back down the nostalgia lane, we do appreciate you guys jumping in and talking as well, letting us know and reminisce with us. And we look forward to seeing you guys again for another Thursday. Next Thursday, we will be back.
Yes.
Still not live in studio. But I will be there for the 300th episode.
So and you guys are more than welcome to come join us live in studio, because we've got all of this space to come join us.
So much room for activities. So you guys can come and hang out with us, get to meet us. So yeah, let us know if you're interested. We will definitely hang out, do some photo ops, all that fun stuff. But as we continue to grow the channel, we want to give a huge shout out to you guys for liking, subscribing, sending out the invites for our channel, and also our Patreon MTG Attitude. We thank you a lot. If you guys like what you see here, we are also featured on some other channels. We get to hang out with Magic Gaming Jerks. That's a lot of fun. And there's more stuff, more content here that Tony is involved with and Brandon is involved with as well. If you guys want to take a chance and look at that stuff, we do appreciate you guys. So we're at that time. Do you have anything else before we go? Yeah, it's already that time.
How did that hour and a half go by that quickly?
I don't know. It was fast.
I don't know.
But we thank you guys for hanging out with us.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for showing up, and make sure you hit that subscribe button so that way you're going to get all the notifications when we go live.
Absolutely. Thank you guys. And again, remember, keep it weird.